So I'll read this next one. I feel like my final surrender is coming close. I don't know when, but sometimes I feel a bright light of hope nearing me, if that makes sense. But at the same time, there's a lot of pain inside me, which is showing up mostly as emotional pain. Most of the time, I can see it for what it is and not get lost with the story or drama associated with it. However, there are those days when I simply cannot stay as the awareness for more than a few minutes, and the mind creates a lot of suffering. There are many repeated thought patterns showing up, and all seems to be very sticky and unresolvable. This thought of worry keeps coming up a lot these days. Life is tough to manage. It will crumble down if I surrender to it. How can I survive life fully by letting go? Okay. I know there are just the feelings of fear from the ego within me, but I'm unable to transcend these worry feelings. Another such sticky pattern is a feeling of unworthiness. I had let go of emotional patterns in the past, but these seem to be the deepest and are stuck in me for a long, long time. These feelings contract me so much that I feel utterly depressed and lonely. Is there really any hope for me to fully, completely transcend these mental conditionings, Helen, or is my hope just a fantasy of the mind? When will the pain end? I want to be free from the mind's suffering once and for all. Do you have any suggestions for me? Thanks, and lots of love to you. So there is absolutely an end to suffering. Or perhaps clearer said, there's a point where we realize we have never suffered, even though that seems utterly what's happening at the moment. So you said, I can't remain as the awareness for very long before mind cuts in. There's days when I can't do it at all. There's probably also days every now and again that you can do it a lot. But if that is changing, it cannot be the permanent, effortless thing, can it, that you are? What does it mean to remain as awareness to you? Does it mean to keep attention on awareness? Can you do that all the time? Can anyone do that all the time? Not really. Or is it to notice that awareness is always present? That doesn't mean you spend your whole waking state trying to stay in contact with that. It means whenever you can, you access that is awareness here. Yep. Did it just arrive when I looked for it? Is it going to go when my mind starts talking again and attention goes to mind or some emotion? Is that gone then, awareness? Has it disappeared when I'm not looking? Does it reappear when I look? Is awareness ever present or absent? Well, even when thoughts are there, even when this thought is contracted feeling, that I can't focus on awareness, I can't even remember awareness, there is awareness of that thought. You know that feeling, that thought is there. There's something that knows. Consciousness, awareness, sentience, pure being is still there, but the focus has gone back to phenomena. So just that recognition that the awareness is always present. Even in deep sleep, it's present. It knows in deep sleep, there is no time now. There is no change. There's no duality. There's no becoming. There's no transcending. And bringing attention back to that as often as you can. When you can't, it's okay. When you can, recognizing it's been here continuously unbroken, looking at thoughts, and then it turns to look at itself, and then it looks out at thoughts, and then it turns to look at itself, and then it looks out at thoughts. But it remains constant all times. And if I were you, I would put a little less value on hope, on this final surrender of this time that you're suffering, or this feeling that the time of your suffering is coming to an end. I put more value on seeing, perhaps I haven't been ever suffering. Because the closer you get to this hope, the more it's like a carrot that you can never fully reach, is dangle in front of you. And as you get close to it, it moves further away constantly. You can only come to see that awareness is always here at all times. And then from that, the realization is very close that you are that awareness. That's the only constant thing there is. When this feeling of hope comes and this excited feeling, I would just, not so excited by that actually. Maybe that's the cycle that keeps me suffering. And when this despair comes, I'm not getting anywhere, that I can't do it, I would, a little dispassion for that too. And maybe all of that is the circus that goes around and around. I'm getting closer. No, I'm not. I'm almost there. I'll never get there. It's the thought loop, isn't it, that goes around and around. Meanwhile, the awareness watches all of it. So there is an end to suffering, just not quite the way you're trying to pursue it here. Seeing that you're already outside of whatever's going on in the mind, you're watching it all, you know it's all, and you're not involved in any of it. Okay, hope that helps.